I think that fight gonna be 50-50. It's a 50-50 fight, and I feel like it's gonna come down to whoever in the best shape on fight night. Whoever got put in the most hard work, the most meanest, whoever locked in, and whoever want to take them belts and be undisputed the most. I feel like that's
fucking easy work. Terence Crawford, stoppage, knockout, brutal ass knockout. Shit, top 10 ESPN. Shit, highlight reel. Shit. That thing will be everywhere, man. Be memes everywhere around the damn world. Yeah, but shit, Boots ain't got shit that Crawford needs. Nothing at all. Nah. Well, Boots.
One thing about our team, man, we love challenges. And if we put our mind to it and we set to it and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record. Just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport. And those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges. I'm supposed to say that because he's one of the guys at the top, but he can't touch Bud. And I'm sorry. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a person. Him, his whole team over there. But I'm just being real with him. His best thing is that the man stay in retirement and ride off in the sunset. And you try to accomplish more than what he accomplished.
I feel like he's a hater. I think he's a hater. I feel like, Boots, a whole motion is built off of Terence Crawford. He should thank me, to be honest. Because if there was no Terence Crawford at this pinnacle, who would they be talking about? Who would they be comparing?
Knock the dog shit out of Boots Ennis. I'm telling y'all right now, and I like Boots. Boots is the next one up. He the next one up. But if they get into the ring, I just gotta call it like I see it. Like Crawford gonna beat the damn Philly cheesesteaks out of damn Boots Ennis. Shit. He gonna beat the Philly cheesesteaks out of Boots Ennis' ass. Yeah, he sure is. He gonna knock him out.
The boxing world is currently obsessed with one massive, unconfirmed mega fight. Everyone wants to see the terrifying, undefeated rising star Jaron "Boots" Ennis step into the ring with the undisputed veteran master, Terence "Bud" Crawford. But beneath all the hype and fan demands lies a much darker speculation. Is this young knockout artist actually walking straight into a brutal, career-altering trap?
You know my slogan and all that robbery.
Crawford a good fighter though. We gonna be like.
No, I want him to fight the best. He's an elite fighter.
Yeah, one thing about that, it's gonna be a little technical from the beginning. But Crawford better not start off slow. He got to go.
While Boots looks completely invincible against regular opposition, matching up against a legendary tactician like Crawford is an entirely different universe of danger. This isn't just about raw speed or explosive power anymore. It's about high-stakes ring intelligence.
The table right now, at this point in my career.
Yeah.
He ain't really fought nobody that he can say that he's worthy enough to, step in the ring with me. Like, not saying that his skill's not worthy enough.
Yeah.
Not saying he's not talented enough, but right now that's not a mega fight for me.
Yeah. You got to think from a business perspective. A lot of people faulted Mayweather for how he selected the fights he made, but it was always a business with him, right? You can't be fighting you gotta earn your right to the belts.
Man, I had to pick my stuff out the dirt. I wasn't handed nothing. I had to fight tooth and nails to get to where I'm at. I didn't have no backing. I didn't have no big.
Former world champion Tim Bradley has completely shattered the illusion that this would be a simple passing of the torch. He did not hold back, issuing a harsh critique that exposed exactly how vulnerable the young star really is. Bradley firmly predicts that Crawford would absolutely dismantle Ennis, ending the night with a devastating knockout. According to Bradley, Boots fights with a surprising lack of discipline. He constantly rushes his offense, leaves massive defensive gaps, and makes fundamental amateur mistakes when the pressure gets turned up. Against a sniper like Crawford, those tiny errors are fatal. The veteran's legendary timing is perfectly calibrated to punish exactly this kind of reckless aggression, turning what fans think is a competitive war into incredibly easy work.
Motherfucker went up how many weight classes? 1, 2, 2 weight classes, 101, 2. Yeah, 2 weight classes, all the way up to 168, and he beat who? Canelo Alvarez, right? Who was an undisputed champion. Yep, who was an undisputed champion. But at that time, however, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, that ain't good enough for y'all? Oh, you know, there's always excuses. So what is Crawford gonna gain by fighting Boots Ennis? I mean, yeah, we like to entertain the fight because, you know, skill for skill, they, you know, I mean, southpaw, orthodox, they switch and all of this shit. Yeah. Boots is young too, right? But what does Boots have that Crawford ain't got? Crawford got everything Boots and more. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing enticing for a Boots fight for Terence Crawford. What else y'all get? Y'all don't understand that shit? Y'all don't get that? Man, Terence is retired, man. Just because you see Terence inside the gym working, trying to just stay in shape. Now he coming back to face Boots because Boots is running his mouth. Look, Crawford ain't never been one to move because you running your mouth. Crawford like, man, come on, bro. Get your weight up. If you get your weight up, maybe I might. But you know what, dude? Boots got a lot of growing to do.
Physical dominance means absolutely nothing if your mind gets broken first. Boxing icons like Roy Jones Jr. have pointed out a glaring truth about this highly anticipated matchup. While Ennis looks like an absolute monster tearing through his current division, he simply hasn't swam in deep waters yet. Crawford has successfully navigated incredibly complex, dangerous situations that Boots hasn't even begun to experience.
When you look at those two fights, who would you lean towards in those fights? The Jaron Ennis and Terence, and the Terence and Canelo?
Well, with Terence and Jaron is a hell of a fighter. Don't make no question about it. That's almost a you pick 'em. But because Terence has been pound the best for so long, my pick gonna probably be Terence early because of that reason. Because he deserves to still be there until somebody beat him. I can't go against it. You understand me? But Jaron is a guy that definitely has the fireworks and the power and the skill to definitely make something happen if anybody can do it right now. Wow. With Canelo, I like Terence again, but I'm going to lean toward Canelo with his size early. But if he let Terence get into the fight, Terence definitely going to be a problem. And if Terence can deal with the size, Terence will beat him.
How do you think Terence matches up with Canelo's power?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that. We won't know that until you get hit. You understand me? Because we haven't seen him get hit by that power yet, so we don't know how that'll be until we see Terence get hit. That's the deciding factor. Just like this weekend, the deciding factor is can this guy hurt Bud? Because if this guy can hurt Bud, he changes Bud's fight plan. Now you can change Bud's fight plan. Now you got a chance to beat him. But if you can't hurt him and you can't change his fight plan, you got problems because he's coming.
Right.
Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum revealed the ultimate tactical nightmare that makes Bud virtually unbeatable. From the very first round, Crawford seamlessly switches between orthodox and southpaw stances, instantly shattering months of an opponent's pre-fight preparation. It is a psychological breakdown before the physical knockout, creating an unsolved puzzle that highly aggressive fighters rarely figure out before hitting the canvas.
Now, Terence's big strength is that he fights equally well from either side. So instead of opening up as a right-hander, which he usually does, and then switching to southpaw, he only fought Spence as a southpaw, and Spence couldn't handle it, particularly when Crawford, who's ambidextrous, and now his right hand is his jab, is throwing it with force and hurting Spence. So once I saw Terence come out as a southpaw, in my mind, I thought, hey, the fight's over.
Were you surprised, though, by how dominant he was?
No, because Spence can't fight a lefty, and nobody even mentioned that. He can't fight a southpaw. If Crawford had fought him 5 or 6 rounds as an orthodox fighter, it would have been a different fight.
You know, given just the performance that he had and now the attention that he's getting and the recognition, how do you feel? What emotions come to mind, seeing that, hey, he's finally getting his just due when so many years a lot of people try to dismiss him?
Well, I don't know if anybody dismissed him because of his ability. they dismissed him because of his drawing power or what have you. Terence I consider Terence a great fighter before the Spence fight, and I consider him a great fighter after the fight. And his dominance didn't surprise me. He is the full boat. Now, what will eventually catch up with him catches up with all of them, and that's farther.
Not everyone is convinced the veteran walks away completely unscathed. A massive plot twist comes from former champion Paulie Malignaggi, who issued a stern warning about the realities of aging in combat sports. Malignaggi believes taking on a desperately hungry, explosive fighter like Ennis right now is incredibly dangerous for a fighter at Crawford's stage in life. He suggests that coming back to face this specific threat might be biting off way more than the veteran can chew. Even powerful promoter Eddie Hearn reluctantly admits that while Crawford is the ultimate wild card between 154 and 168 pounds, he actually leans toward the young lion emerging victorious. Hearn confesses that Bud is the only man he cannot categorically guarantee Boots beats, but the sheer youth and explosive power still tip the scales.
Making out to be. I know Bud's still less than a year retired. I don't know why that fight shouldn't happen. I don't know why that fight couldn't happen.
I think name-wise, there's people that would buy into it, but let's be honest, he just beat Canelo, who also at this point wasn't that good either. So, it's not like he's been fighting at this level, Crawford hasn't had a fight at this level since maybe the Makhmudov fight, and Ennis, not Makhmudov, what's his name? Not Makhmudov. I confuse these freaking names. These too many offs. Magomedov, right? No, it's not even Magomedov. But the WBA, when he won the WBA junior middleweight title, I forget what's the pronunciation of the guy's name, but either way, he hasn't had a fight at that level, at this level since that fight. Because Madrimov, yes, Madrimov.
Did you call that fight?
No, I didn't call that fight.
Which one did you call? Like in 2022 or 2021?
Oh, that was Avanesian. That was the Avanesian fight. But I'll say, I think he hasn't fought a fighter.
Was his second to last fight, but that was 2024. So it's been.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't had a fight at this level since that fight.
I mean, that's
the Canelo fight was a high level only in name.
And then Spence.
The Canelo fight. Yeah, Spence, Madrimov, Spence. Yeah, those. But so I don't know. I think Ennis is probably higher level than the Spence that he fought, than the Madrimov that he fought, and the Canelo that he fought. So there might be a little bit too much biting off more than you can chew at the age Crawford is at. But I don't see Crawford coming back to fight Jaron Ennis. I'll be honest with you. I think that Jaron Ennis, the conversation has to be with Virgil.
All of these intense predictions hinge on one massive mystery. Is Terence Crawford actually done with boxing? His longtime trainer, Bomac, aggressively insists that Bud is permanently finished, claiming he has absolutely nothing left to prove to anyone. Bomac paints a picture of a happily retired legend who only hits the gym to stay sharp and mentor the next generation.
And so he know we was in camp, so he just wanted to come out and get some work in, just see where he at and have some fun with Lester. He brought Lester underneath his wing on his undercard, and then Lester just sprouted, just jumped to the top of the charts after that. So Terence is always a big supporter of Lester, and he just come out, just have fun with him, and just show him a few things, and just work out with him for a couple of days.
And set the record straight, because I know you probably seen it on social media. People saying, this is Bud Crawford saying, okay, let me see where I am, because I got Jaron Boots Ennis out there, and people want me and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight. Give me what are your thoughts on that? And what's going on?
Bud done, man. He said he done, and I respect his decision, and I want him to be done because he had nothing else to prove in the sport. But I love having him around the other fighters, to motivate them, So, they trying to get to the pinnacle of the sport where he got to. So that's just one of the reasons why it came out, man. not to get ready for no fight or nothing.
But the smartest minds in the sport are calling a total bluff on this retirement narrative. Analysts point to Crawford's ferocious, almost terrifying competitive drive, comparing his mental makeup to absolute killers like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Elite competitors rarely just walk away quietly while they are still dominating their peers. Boxing insider Greg Hackett predicts an even simpler truth, suggesting Crawford will eventually return to the ring simply because he gets bored.
For me, the media plays a big role because I know both fighters are tired of hearing about each other. Like you can see it on their face when the question gets asked, especially since Terence is retired.
Yeah.
And Terence is like he's standing on his square with retirement. Yeah. And I'm saying this conversation, and I wasn't initially going to actually touch on this topic, but I see a lot of guys that I'm cool with echo this sentiment. They say, yeah, man, all Bud got to do, all Boots got to do is say this about Crawford and say that about Crawford, and he'll come out of retirement, he'll fight him. Trust me. All he got to do is do this. He's retired. Yeah. If Boots has to talk about his mom, talk about this, talk about that, then he really don't want to fight him.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want to fight him, he doesn't want to fight him. You either want to fight or you don't.
Right.
People got to stop pushing this narrative that Boots needs to somehow talk greasy to Bud to get him to want to fight.
Right.
He's retired. Let him be retired.
I think Bud battles with the fact he knows that's a great fight, but he trying to stand on his decision making as far as being retired. I think he knows that's a great fight. It's a big fight. But at the same time, I promised my kids, I promised whoever, I was done. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I hope we get something. If not that, I hope we get something.
If this legendary clash is going to happen, the young contender has to completely change his strategy outside the ropes. Offering massive paydays or legacy status isn't going to move the needle for a fighter who already has everything. Commentators have pointed out that Ennis desperately needs to drop his quiet, respectful, old-school demeanor. The only way to lure a sleeping bear back into the wilderness is by aggressively poking his massive ego.
And Crawford already told him what to do, and he still ain't happy. Y'all still ain't paying attention to that. If you want to get Crawford out of retirement, then say what he said. Tell him, I knocked Crawford ass out. Tell his old ass to come back. He better stick to commentating. This is what you gotta talk. This is real shit. The only way you're gonna get, now I'm being literal, the only way you're gonna get Crawford to come back, and I hope he not get upset at me about this, but he said this on his own, so I'm just kind of amplifying what he said. If somebody, whoever they is that needs to say it, says, I will beat Crawford ass, I will knock him out, he better stick to doing the commentating and join whatever retirement, because he ain't got nothing coming with me. That's why he ran out of retirement. I'll beat his ass. I'm way better than him. I do everything better than Crawford. I'm smarter than Crawford. Because he said all this stuff too. Somebody else was playing this clip and he was saying all this stuff. I do everything he do, but I do it better. So now he put all these things in the right type of way. And then we might have something then. I don't know.
Crawford himself has actually fueled this fire, demanding that Boots stop being so passive. If Ennis truly wants this career-defining moment, he has to look the camera dead in the eye and promise to knock the veteran out. Adding to this complex drama is a logistical nightmare regarding weight classes, as Crawford has his eyes set on higher divisions, practically refusing to ever step back down to 154 pounds. The world waits for the veteran to make his move. A terrifying backup plan is quietly waiting in the wings. If the Crawford negotiations completely stall, the boxing community is demanding Ennis face Virgil Ortiz Jr. immediately. This isn't just a placeholder fight, it might actually be pure kryptonite for the flashy Philly fighter. Respected analysts like Lonnie B have dropped a highly controversial prediction, favoring Ortiz to completely derail the Ennis hype train right now.
Boots is really good.
Yeah.
but Virgil Ortiz is really good.
They're both elite, yeah, I think. I mean, maybe they haven't had the decorated accomplishments, but they're both elite.
I'm gonna tell you like this: Virgil Ortiz, what I like about him, he knows how to get the job done, and he does it in a professional way. He's a seasoned professional. Hands up, good, come forward, put shots together, hard to hit. He looked like he ain't much going on, but you got to know boxing and understand how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff, Boots beat all that playing. He ain't gonna have to. If he do any of that, I think he loses. I think he clearly loses.
So he's got to tighten up.
He got to tighten up some of his defense, put his combinations together like he do, hands up, and take this extremely serious because Virgil Ortiz is not somebody you play with. He's for real, and he put shots together. He know how to step it up, and he know how to win a round. He know how to win a round without even doing much. We're just cutting the ring off and looking dominant, just cutting you down looking down, looking like a fighter that catches your eye like he's for
the
real.
Boss.
He
that's ring generalship. It's not always on the back foot. It's
I didn't think he would do what he did to Lubin.
That ring generalship was on
point.
Oh
my God, the way and he cut him down quick too. Wow. And moving and listen and listen and when he was moving, he hit him in the stomach, and look how when he hit him in the stomach, how he cut him down immediately, like he cut him down immediately, and then
Ortiz brings a tight, mistake-free high guard and relentless, disciplined pressure that perfectly counters flashy speed. If Boots wants to prove he belongs at the absolute top of the food chain, a showdown with Ortiz is an elite-level threat that cannot be delayed any longer.
I've been pushing for the fight. Every time they ask me, I give them the green light. It's only been one-sided green lights coming from out over here. The reason that the fight hasn't happened is simply because they haven't taken the fight.
Eddie Hearn said this week that the deal that was agreed to prior to Boots' most recent fight is now no longer the deal that's in play. Effectively, Virgil, what he's saying is that there need to be concessions on your side. Are there concessions that you would be willing to make to get this deal done?
I mean, I want the fight to happen. That's kind of more of a manager question. You know what I mean? They just ask me if I want to fight. I say, yeah. They work out the numbers. But, I'm in the ring in the gym, in the ring too, obviously. That's my job.
What did you think of Boots' win over Xander Zayas?
He took him out of there like he was supposed to. Yeah.
You're smiling. Come on, I know you got something else in there that you kind of want to get out.
I do. I definitely do. But I mean, I got him.
The welterweight throne sits at a fascinating crossroads between unproven explosive talent and battle-hardened mastery. The entire sport is holding its breath, waiting to see how this incredible drama unfolds behind the scenes. Will Jaron Ennis secure his legacy by retiring a legend and proving the new era has officially arrived? Or will Terence Crawford wake up bored one random morning, step back under the bright lights, and issue one final brutal masterclass in ring intelligence? The gap between raw potential and proven greatness is exactly where legends are made or completely destroyed. We'd love to hear from you. Do you prefer to see Boots fight Virgil Ortiz or Terence Crawford in a mega showdown? Let me know who wins these fights. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.